Teague. Pass to Dudley. Back to Teague. And again, it's Atlanta.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Pistons trailed by 11. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Marshall kicks to Hickson. Inside to Hibbert. Out to the wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Middleton. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
The Pistons have knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripe tonight.
Well, you look at last season's numbers, guys, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Duncan with the screen for Lynn. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's Atlanta. They're up by 9. Pistons trailed by 9. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. They've got Roy Hibbert. Kendall Marshall out there with Etuan Moore. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Middleton in the small forward position. Back to Moore. 5 on the clock. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Ugly with it. He's picked up by Drummond. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Outside, Lynn. Outside, Lynn. Shot clock at 6. Here's the teardrop. Here's Middleton. Fires the 3. Back to Moore. The 3. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
They set the screen. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Dudley. Outside, Lynn. Tries it from the top of the key. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Hibbert inside. Adams on him. And it's blocked by Adams. They recover it. Hubbard on the shot. He'll shoot free throws. Adams. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Atlanta.
I thought we might see a little defensive adjustment at halftime, but the fast break continues to be effective.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Lynn dishes to Scola. And stolen by Hibbert. Here's Middleton to the right side. It's Bradley on the wing. The feet to Middleton. Marshall inside the three-point line. No luck. And Atlanta will go the other way. They've held a 12-point lead early. And the whistle blows. He decides to foul intentionally for some reason.
I'm not sure why you would foul right there. That's obviously not the smart thing to do. So a mistake there.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Hawks. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Well, the Pacers gave up a lot to acquire Luis Scola from Phoenix last season, especially for a player who probably didn't fit in the Suns' plans anyway. He gave up Miles Plumlee, Gerald Green, and a first-round pick. That shows you how highly they thought of the Argentine power forward.
Atlanta making a switch here. Foy's checked in. And then for Detroit, Brandon Bass is checked in for Hibbert. Aldwell Pope comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Lowry in for Marshall. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shot. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
And Scola, now 34 years of age, his field goal percentage, Clark, has dropped for 5 straight seasons.
Yeah, and his turnover rate rose last season as well, despite primarily shooting from outside. And I think part of that was the fact that he was a rotational player and a reserve for the first time in his career. He's been a career starter until just last season. Last season, there were a handful of teams jockeying for that final playoff spot in the East, and the Hawks were right there in the middle of it and ended up snagging the 8th seed and then scared the Pacers in round 1.
Tipped away. He dishes it to Covington. Expanding his range. Scola, no luck.
That's a bad shot. He's not a good three-point shooter anyway, and that was just too deep.
I'm with you on that, Steve. Which one of us should break it to him?
And although the Hawks would end up being the only sub-500 team to make the playoffs, they put on quite a show when they got there.
And Luis Scola gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Lowry passes to Bass. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Luis Scola. Well, Atlanta was able to push Indiana to 7 games before falling out of the playoffs. Certainly proved they deserve to be there.
And they did it without being at full strength, Kevin. I mean, Al Horford was out most of the season with that torn pectoral muscle. And just to be able to put up that kind of fight against Indiana was a comfortable matchup for the Hawks. Shooting threes, spreading the floor, playing small ball. And they gave Indiana all they wanted to win something.
And that is good. That's 10 points for Teague.
That's about time somebody scored. This is ugly.
Yeah, grit and grind ugly. That's how I would describe it. Every bucket counts double in a game like this, or at least it should count double.
It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to 5 points. That time the bucket coming from Bass. Duncan with the screen on Lowry. Teague kicks to Duncan. Teague dishes to Duncan. That's good. And the Hawks lead by 7.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Good on the shot.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Outside Teague. Dishes it to Covington. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. Here's Teague. 4 on the clock. Shot from the wing.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Outside Lowry. And Detroit again with the bucket. Atlanta leading by 3. Teague the pass to 4. Duncan outside. Teague with a clean look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, he did have a three-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty.
Kufis kicks to Duncan. Teague with the ball. Lowry picks him up. A shot by Duncan. Nobody around. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
As he should. That's a good decision. When he gets a clean look, he's got to take it.
Here's pass. Kufis grabs the miss. Kufis has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Covington kicks to Teague. Passes it to Ford. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. And it's a 7-point Hawks lead.
He played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Well, it's absolutely incredible when you look at Tim Duncan and see the impact he continues to have on games at his current age. I mean, he looks much as he did early in his career. His game has really withstood the test of time, and I think it's partly due to his conditioning, but his IQ is a big factor, and his game has always been one that's been anchored in fundamentals and staying close to the ground.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Steven Adams is checked in for Kufis. And Dudley subbed in for Robert Covington.
That's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game more, staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
Well, if they keep up this energy over the final few minutes of the game, it'll be nearly impossible to fight them off.
Outside Teague. Shot off the pick. That one wide left. And at 38 years of age, Tim Duncan still going strong, guys.
Timeless. I mean, his dedication to diet and fitness, his flexibility, has enabled him to remain in peak form. Maybe he doesn't move quite as quickly as he did 6-8 years ago, but he's shooting the ball better than ever. Footwork and his fundamental game obviously has always been there. So just an amazing late season or late career run for him.
And so it's Atlanta with it. The Hawks leading by 9. Pass to Teague. He kicks it to Duncan. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, for Tim Duncan with age, the Spurs have looked to reduce his minutes load during the regular season. But when he's on the court, he remains as efficient as ever.
And Duncan last season averaging close to a double-double in less than 30 minutes a game, as dominant on the glass as ever. Tim Duncan.
To stop the run. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Kyle Lowry.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
Duncan. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up. Well, now they're just going to town on him.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
And you take a look at Tim Duncan's rebounding, Steve, moving into the top 5 in career double-doubles.
Yeah, he just passed Karl Malone and the great Bill Russell. So Duncan just continues this late career renaissance. His play has just been spectacular the last few years.
Count the bucket.
He's one of the guys they don't mind taking the 3 in transition when he's that open. He's lethal out there.
Teague left side. Shoots from the elbow. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Teague. 18 points for Tim Duncan.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. Just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Lowry dishes to Hibbert. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Teague against Lowry. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but threw the foul, and he'll go to the line. Roy Hibbert picks one up.
You look at what Teague has done so far.